Hello everybody and happy Saturday. Welcome to the Saturday Wrap for today, April 4th, 2015, the day before Easter. Maya says happy Saturday too, huh Maya? Maya, look. Hi. Say hi. Say happy Saturday. She basically said fuck you, but that's fine. I love you anyway, Maya. I hope you're all having had a fantastic week. I know I did. A little bit more of a relaxed Saturday Wrap. I'm trying to do this more kind of just like a chilled thing. I feel like in the past my Friday Wraps have been very high energy when that wasn't the point of them to begin with. The initial reason that I even started doing Friday and Saturday stuff, Friday Wraps for the most part, was to just kind of give you guys an update on my life and what's going on and keep connected with you guys. And I feel like I've lost that over the past month or two, and I'm going to try and bring that back down to a more digestible level, I guess, is the right term I want to use. Anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, I hope you guys had a fantastic week. My week's been kind of crazy, to be honest with you, for a lot of reasons. Two of the biggest ones is YouTube, for one. The past week with YouTube has been a mess. If you follow anybody on Twitter, you know for a fact that YouTube has been a disaster. It's been a disaster for like the past month for some reason. But this particular week, they've had a new problem, or at least a newer problem, where videos weren't publishing properly. So I would schedule them to go live, and instead of them going to your inboxes on time, it would just give me that sending to subscriber inboxes like little symbol, and it would never send. And Ryan, as an example, I never let it go past like 2 hours. Once it took 2 hours, I'd take the video down and re-upload and try again. Sometimes that would work, sometimes it wasn't. There was no real rhyme or reason as to why it would work or not. But Ryan, Northern Lion, he let one sit for 16 hours before it finally sent off to subscriber inboxes. 16 hours before YouTube sent it off to his subscribers. That is so broken. And the reason this is a huge problem, and one that stresses me out a little bit and stresses out other YouTubers, is because that hinders our numbers for a particular day, and numbers are a big indicator of obviously being able to get our videos out there and getting our name and our brand seen and all this other stuff. So if there's a day where 3 videos aren't going live or going out, that's a huge hit on numbers for that whole day. And a whole day's worth of numbers is very important when you're the size I am, where you're kind of on the verge of being big but not quite, a big YouTuber and all this other stuff. But I mean, that doesn't really interest you, I'm sure. But it's a problem. And for me in particular, when I have like a series going every day or close to every day and I miss a day, that's a huge issue. Or when I have a video that's like a Judge Mathis, where I'm trying to get that up as early as I can, like I did with Discourse, having to delay that 2 days can be big. And that there's no excuse. Like whatever YouTube is doing, they're breaking something in the background. I mean, last few weeks before that, it's been other things. Numbers have just been all over the place. Things are finally back up to where they used to be and getting back up to where they used to be. But it's just ridiculous that this is something that is even a problem. They should realize that there are people who rely on YouTube as their source of income. It's their job, and to hit them as hard as they are with getting videos out to their viewers is a big problem, because not only is it keeping entertainment from you, but it's preventing us from paying some of our bills, and that can be a big issue. So that's been a big thing that's been really kind of making my week stressful, I guess. Stressful. It's definitely made things interesting, to say the least. The other thing that has been making my week kind of relatively stressful isn't YouTube related. It's just my sleep schedule related. My life, I know a lot of you have talked, like, some people just think I'm being lazy. Some people try to give me ways to fix it. I honestly think the only way I'm going to be able to fix it is to go see, like, a sleep specialist. My sleep schedule, my whole life has been a wreck. It's always been a wreck. Ever since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, I was sleeping, and I say little kid, I mean like infant, like 1, 2 years old. I was sleeping 11 hours. Like, I would sleep a lot, and that's always been the case, man. When I was in high school, God, I would go into school and I would sleep through the first 2 or 3 classes. I'd have my arms on my desk and I'd pass out. I would sleep in the car. I would sleep the hour or 45 minutes before classes started, because I would get there early because of my mom trying to get to work on time or whatever, my carpool at the time. And I would just sleep. That's all I would ever do, is I would sleep forever. And then by the time I got home, I was finally awake, and then I would stay up late. and it never really fixed itself. Even if I only allowed myself 3 or 4 hours of sleep, that never really fixed itself. Every once in a while, I'll be on a schedule where I'm up early, but if I'm up early, and early I mean like 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm in bed at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. So my body, for whatever reason, needs or wants like 11 or 12 hours of sleep. And if my alarm wakes me up, even if I got up, which I've done recently, put my alarm across the room to get up and turn it off, I would just go back to bed and I would just crash for hours more. And recently what's been happening is I've been sleeping a lot, and then the next night I would get up so late and have so much work to do that by the time I finish my work, it'd be like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'd be like, well, I'm not going to go to bed now. Or I'd try to go to bed and I'd lay in bed awake for 3 hours. So the past 4 days, I haven't slept for 2 of those nights, and I've just been up. And then I'd crash really early like I did yesterday, and then I would sleep. Like yesterday I went to bed at like 9 o'clock at night, but I didn't get up until, I don't know, like 11 o'clock this morning. So I'm sleeping a lot, and it's ridiculous. And it's always been like that. It's always been like that. It is not depression. I've been to a therapist many times before in my life for a number of different reasons. If you've ever followed up on why I started YouTubing, then you should know why I've seen therapists in my life. Everybody needs help sometimes. I suggest you go and get it if you need it. But it's not depression, because I don't have depression. And it's always been since I was a little kid, and I need to figure out how I can keep it under control, because it's getting to the point recently where it's starting to hinder my everyday. Not that it's hindering my videos, because my videos are going out on time. I'm getting the videos I need to get done, because that is always the focus for me. I mean, this job, this YouTube thing has always been a primary focus for me. It's always been up there as far as things I need to get done when I'm awake. But it is really starting to hinder the way my sleep. My sleep is starting to hinder my energy, and I need to figure out what's causing it, because it's always been like that, and I've never really gotten a way to figure it out. So maybe seeing like a sleep specialist might be my best option. It might be. Other things I'm going to start doing next Thursday. I'm going to start running, because my exercise used to be my restaurant job. Man, my restaurant job was on your feet 12 hours a day, almost every day, walking a ton. The amount of miles I would walk a day would be ridiculous. And because I've started doing this full time, that's kind of gone out by the wayside. And I've enjoyed being, not as active as far as, working myself to a sweat every single goddamn day and coming home with my feet throbbing. But I do want to get back out, and I do want to start moving again. So next Thursday, when I'm out with my sister, I'm picking up a pair of running shoes, and I'm going out, and I'm going to start running every day, whether it be a half hour, 45 minutes. I just want to start moving again. And I'm hoping that will help a little bit as far as energy levels are concerned, and maybe not sleeping as much. But even when I worked in a restaurant, I still slept ridiculous amounts on my days off. So I don't think that's going to be the case, but I still want to start doing that. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I feel like now's a good time with the weather being beautiful. The past couple of days have been in between 40 and 60 degrees outside. So I think now's a good time to start getting my butt back outside and running a little bit and just kind of moving my body a little bit more. So I'm real excited to get that going. And I realize I'm talking a lot with my hands today. Every once in a while I do. It's actually funny when I'll notice if I'm describing a way a game works in a Judge Mathis, and you guys can't see me if there's no face cam for that video, I will notice that I will use my hands a lot. And when I'm sitting here and I'm describing discourse and I'm talking about this aspect and that aspect and how they mesh and this, that, the other, I'm realizing I'm talking with my hands a lot even when nobody's watching me. It's one of those things that I've always done, and I think it's something that I used a lot when I was in the restaurant world for like the 11 years that I was. It's something that I used a lot to get my point across to a guest if there was a particular food that I really loved or I didn't like it so much. I used my hands a lot to kind of describe food, and it seemed to work well. And the other thing I tried to do a lot when I was a server back in the day was try and, this is one thing I hated. I hated coming off as a used car salesman or a robot or somebody who was just there to sell you and give you your food. I want it to be not necessarily a part of your dining experience, but yes, in a way, a part of your dining experience. And not that I wanted to sit down and eat dinner with you, but when I came over, I wanted you guys, the guests, to understand that I'm a person as well and to treat me like a person, and that I was there to not only, you know, give them their food, but be entertaining and keep them smiling and this, that, and the other. And a lot of that was just being genuine and discussing things with them, whether it be whether I liked the food, whether I didn't like the food, why I didn't like the food, how their day was going, how my day was going. And instead of just standing there with my hands behind my back all prim and proper, I was very I emoted a lot with my hands. I was very physical in the way I discussed things with people. Not physical in like a punch in the face physical, but physical in the way that I just moved my body. And it made me feel a lot more of a person. So it got me in trouble a couple times with the restaurant, the actual restaurant, some of them that I worked with. Never Cheesecake Factory. I will praise that restaurant to the high heavens whenever I get the chance. I think they're a fantastic company. But other restaurants that I've worked for that I will not discuss, I used to get in trouble for not sitting there trying to sell food and upsell them and trying to make them buy more and more things. That got me in trouble. It's gotten me written up before. It's gotten me fired before from one restaurant in particular. All this really kind of has to stem from running a restaurant. I got pulled in, I got talked to because I never used to give the menu tour, where I would sit there and have to sell things to them and flip through the menu and tell them they should buy this, this, and this, or hey, you're getting this, do you want to add this and this, or hey, I see you're getting this drink, maybe you want to make it a mega-sized alcoholic beverage for like an extra $5. I didn't do that. I never did that. I hated doing it. I thought it was really scummy. And for that reason, they used to get me in trouble with Cheesecake Factory. It never really got me in trouble because they're a way cooler company. But yeah, I don't know why we got into that topic. I don't know why I started talking about restaurants there. Off tangent. It is what it is. But anyway, yeah, that's just been my week. My week's been kind of crazy. I'm looking forward to hopefully YouTube fixing their stuff in the next week or so. And next week, well, in the next 10 days, so not next week, but a little bit more so, we're going to be looking at some new games coming out. Titan Souls, Grand Theft Auto 5, hopefully some stuff I'll be tackling on the channel in some form or another. And I'm looking forward to getting my hands on them. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a good Easter if you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, have a fantastic Sunday and try and relax and enjoy your weekend. And yeah, I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.